Good day. Today we will be discussing the concept of partnering with suppliers. This falls under the broad umbrella of strategic alliances. The aim of the screencast is to introduce the topic of supplier partnership, and it is my hope that you have a deepened understanding of the concept at the end. To achieve such goals, we will be focusing on the following subcategories or aims. They are: what is partnering? Supplier partnerships. Stages of development in supplier partnerships. Mandatory requirements of supplier partnerships. Benefits of supplier partnerships. Drawbacks of supplier partnerships. So, firstly, what is partnering? Partnering is a long-term commitment between two or more organizations for the purpose of achieving specific business goals and objectives. By maximizing the effectiveness of each participant's resources, the simplest way to understand the concept of partnering or strategic alliances is to think of it as working together for mutual benefit. Those who work together may be suppliers, fellow employees, customers, and even businesses that are potential competitors. The goal of supplier partnership is to create and maintain a loyal, trusting, reliable relationship that will allow both partners to thrive while promoting the continuous improvement of quality, productivity, and competitiveness. There are some stages of development in supplier partnerships. Successful supplier partnerships don't just happen overnight. They evolve over time. So the first stage is called uncertainty and tentativeness. It is in the uncertainty and tentativeness stage, the buyer and seller are like two people on their first date. There's interest, but it is tentative and prefaced with uncertainty. Neither party knows exactly what to expect of the other. At this point, there is no trust between the partners. Secondly, the short-term pressures. The typical short-term pressures that apply in a traditional business setting manifest themselves in this step. The buyer will be under the usual pressure to cut most costs. The supplier will be under the usual pressure to increase sales volume. Both partners will be cautious, and initial attempts to begin putting some substance to their partnership will be probing and vague. Then, there will be need for new approaches. In the need for new approaches stage, traditional negotiations will inevitably occur. The buyer will press for price discounts, improved payment terms, freight allowances, and other concessions that save it money but cost the supplier. The supplier will press for a higher volume to offset concessions made to the buyer. Then, if either partner has involved total quality conscious personnel, it will be dawn on them that the quality is not being served by this traditional negotiating. Both will begin to realize that a new approach is needed. If this awareness does not occur, the partnership will fail. Adaptation of new paradigms. In the adaptation of new paradigm stage, both partners explore ways to move toward the concept of mutual benefit. The key is for both partners to accept the principle that absorbing costs within the partnership gives neither an advantage. The best way to promote competitiveness is for both partners to work together to lower costs. This new way of thinking will give the partnership a competitive advantage over other organizations that produce the same product. Awareness of potential. In the awareness of potential stage, both partners become fully aware of the possible benefits that can be realized from the partnership. The potential for a true win-win situation can now be seen. Rather than negotiating price concessions and volume increases, both partners realize that by working together they can exceed any short-term advantages that might have been realized from those traditional negotiation stages. In the adaptation of new value stage, Both partners adopt the new values inherent in a true supplier-buyer partnership. These values include trust, openness, and sharing. In the mature partnering stage, the partnership has solidified. A high level of trust and cooperation has been established between partners. Continuous interfacing between pertinent employees at all levels of both organizations exists in fact. Each partner has a strong self-interest in the success of the other partner. The next slide, we will discuss the mandatory principles to ensure quality products while under supplier partnership. Successful supplier partnerships require commitment and continual nurturing. Supplier personnel should meet with buyer personnel beyond those in the purchasing office. It is particularly important for them to meet with personnel who actually use their products so that needed improvements can be identified and made. The price-only approach to buyer-supplier negotiations should be eliminated. Product features, quality, and delivery concerns should also be a part of the negotiations. The goal of the negotiations should be to achieve the optimum deal when price, feature, quality, and delivery issues are all factored in. The quality of supplier products should be guaranteed by the supplier's quality processes. The buyer should have no need to inspect the supplier's products. Both partners should be capable of sharing information electronically so that the relationship is not inhibited by paperwork. The supplier should fully understand and able to practice certain techniques such as the just-in-time system. Some benefits of supplier partnerships include improved quality, increased efficiency, lower cost, increased opportunity for innovation, and continuous improvement of products and services. However, a few drawbacks would be that the fact that there's little margin for error. Therefore, the organization would have to select the best supplier the first time around. Secondly, it can result in complacency. And lastly, it makes it difficult to test the market. In closing, relationships between an organization and its suppliers have traditionally been characterized by adversarial activities such as the low bid process. Rather than working together to find ways for both to win, buyers use their leverage to force suppliers to absorb costs to win the low bid, and suppliers look for ways to maximize their losses by barely meeting the buyer's specifications. Such relationships will not help either party succeed in the long run in a competitive marketplace. To understand the rationale for partnering with suppliers, one must understand the goal. The goal is to create and maintain a loyal, trusting, reliable relationship that will allow both partners to win while promoting the continuous improvement of the quality, productivity, and competitiveness. Thank you. I hope you understood the concept of supplier